Wow, wow, wow. What a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to talk about the Thursday night football game, a huge NFC West matchup. Both these teams coming in 11-3. Tonight, the Seattle Seahawks end up beating the Los Angeles Rams 38-37. It wasn't looking good through three quarters, especially after that third quarter. Seattle was down, what was it, 23-14. Then Sam Darnold things. Feels like against the Rams. Disaster, interception. And then the Rams score a touchdown because they're at the 1 yard line, run it in. He threw another one. It wasn't looking good, but I'll give Sam Darnold credit. I was probably coming here and be like, another clutch game. Sam Darnold shits the bed, but he was clutching that fourth quarter. Rashid Shaheed, he had a big touchdown as well. Don't forget that. Rashid Shaheed had a big rushing touchdown. Punt return touchdown. But Darnold was great in that fourth quarter. Kenneth Walker had a good game. But how about Eric Sauber? Who? Getting the 2-point catch for the win. Yeah, exactly. Who? But this was just so good, man. Matthew Stafford, Sam Darnold, both balling out tonight. Sam Darnold wasn't perfect by any means. He wasn't perfect, but he was perfect when they needed him to in that fourth quarter. He threw a touchdown to... Who was it? Who was it to? Pretty sure it was to Jackson Smith in Jigba to make it a 1-point game. They went for 2. I thought it was the right call, regardless if they got it or not. I thought it was the right call, and they ended up getting it. And Matthew Stafford, I thought he balled out, had 457 yards, 3 touchdowns in this ball game. Puka, oh my lord, Puka's so good, man. Puka, I'll give him his flowers. He was fantastic tonight. Seattle really struggled to cover him. But the thing is, with the Rams, they really weren't able to get their run game going. Kyron Williams and Corum didn't break really any big runs tonight. So the Seahawks pass defense wasn't good, but I'll give them credit. Their run defense I thought was pretty good, and then their offense just come alive in the fourth quarter, and then in overtime with a great possession led by Sam Darnold. But they had a 1.2% chance to win while trailing by 16 with 9 minutes left. What a comeback! This might be the best football game of the year. And it's just can't believe the Seahawks are now the top seed in the NFC. They are now the top seed, and the Seahawks have clinched a playoff spot. Give Sam Darnold his credit. I was going to probably come in here and be like, oh, typical Sam Darnold, a big game like this. He folds in the clutch against the Rams. But I'll give him his credit. I mean, he balled out when he needed to. It wasn't pretty because he had those 2 interceptions in the second half, but phenomenal fourth quarter and overtime by Sam Darnold. What a dope-ass game. The Rams were playing... I feel like we're playing pretty well defensively through 3 quarters. They only give up 14 points. But in the fourth quarter and overtime, they give up 24 points. But they went into that bend but don't break defense, and I felt like they completely lost their groove. The defense just died in the fourth quarter and overtime. And the offense, it just didn't help that the offense wasn't really flowing. They still scored a total of 24 points in the second half, if you include third quarter, fourth quarter, and overtime. But there were just some drives where they just weren't doing anything. Sam Darnold, 22 of 34, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He had 2 of them in the second half. That was one of the craziest regular season games I've ever watched, dude. And especially that backwards pass that went in and Charbonnet just grabs it. Oh, my Lord. I thought the lights were too bright for Sam Darnold, but apparently not in the fourth quarter. This is one of the craziest games, dude. I thought Sam he balled out in the fourth quarter, but that defense stepped up in the fourth quarter. I'll give them credit. While they weren't perfect all night, they stepped up in the fourth quarter and made stops when they needed them. And the offense took advantage, and Rashid Shaheed with a big touchdown felt like got them momentum. The stat line looks messy. The stats will look messy, but he played really well in the fourth quarter. Kind of beat the allegations, but you can't obviously do this every game. You know, throw 2 interceptions, get behind 30-14. You're not going to come back every game, but this was just phenomenal. And then, but that wild 2-point, that's the wildest 2-point conversion I've ever seen, dude. The play was rolled a backwards pass fumble, and it was recovered in the end zone. The fourth quarter of this game was absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. I didn't know it was a backwards pass, and when they showed the replay, I'm like, that's a backwards pass, and before the announcers mentioned it. And Charbonnet just walked there and recovered it. Just walked in the end zone and recovered it. So yeah, man, phenomenal game from Sam Darnold in the fourth quarter. Not all game, because they really weren't throwing the ball, honestly. They were kind of running it most of it, but they threw a lot more in the second half because they had to, but Sam Darnold finally felt it got into a rhythm. But yeah, phenomenal fourth quarter and leads that overtime drive. Made a nice throw to Cooper Kupp and a nice catch by Cooper Kupp as well. Threw that touchdown to Smith and Jigba and a nice play to Sauber. Kenneth Walker, 11 runs, 100 yards, 9.1 a carry and a touchdown. Charbonnet, 9 runs, 32 yards and a touchdown. Rashid Shaheed, 1 run, 31 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 8 catches, 96 yards and a touchdown on 13 targets. They didn't get him much involved early in this game, but they got him more involved as this game went along. Kenneth Walker, 3 catches, 64 yards. A.J. Barner, 4 catches, 49 yards and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 3 catches, 39 yards. Charbonnet, 4 catches, 22 yards. They had 1 fumble defensively, no sacks, 2 TFLs. Jason Myers didn't kick any field goals. Rashid Shaheed had that 58-yard punt return touchdown. Seahawks improved to 12-3. They scored 7 in the first quarter, 0 in the second quarter, 7 in the third quarter, 16 in the fourth quarter, 8 in overtime. Let's go over the stat sheet for the Rams. Stafford, 29 of 49, 457. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Didn't get sacked tonight. Their offensive line was pretty good. They weren't able to run the ball effectively like Stafford. He wasn't perfect in the fourth quarter. The Rams offense kind of just stalled out there for a bit. Just credit the Seahawks defense for finally being able to lock in there in the fourth quarter. But yeah, they weren't able to run the ball effectively. Connor Williams, 23 runs, 70 yards, 3.0 a carry. Corum, 14 runs, 48 yards, 3.4 a carry and a touchdown. They had 124 yards total as a team, 3.2 a carry. The Seahawks had 171 on 6.8 per carry. So they were able to run the football a bit better, effectively throughout this ball game. I mean, it helped with some big runs, 55-yarder and a 31-yarder from Walker and Shaheed, but they still ran the ball good. Puka, 12 catches, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, 16 targets. One of the best receivers in the league. Great performance by Puka tonight. Puka's just that dog, man. He's him. Xavier Smith, 2 catches, 57 yards. Konata Mumpfield, 3 catches, 40 yards. Davis Allen, 2 catches, 34 yards. Terrence Ferguson, 3 catches, 33 yards and a touchdown. Colby Parkinson, 2 catches, 21 yards. Jordan Whittington, 1 catch, 19 yards. Corum, 1 catch, 13 yards. And Kyron Williams, 3 catches, 15 yards. So Puka was really the main target, but he really spread the football around to everybody tonight. Defensively, they had 4 sacks, 3 TFLs. Kobe Turner and Josh Wallace with interceptions. Harrison Mavis, 3 of 4 on field goals. He missed a field goal there in the fourth quarter. And the Rams dropped to 11-4, 5-3 on the road. They scored 3 in the first quarter, 10 in the second quarter, 10 in the third quarter, 7 in the fourth quarter, 7 in overtime. But 38-37 your final score. This is game of the year. Has to be game of the year. Either that or Buffalo-Baltimore. But let's go over the team stats. Just get that out of the way here and then wrap it up. The Rams had 26 total first downs. 8 of 20 on third down. 2 of 3 on fourth down. 88 total plays. 581 total yards. Had nearly 600 total yards of offense. They had 6.6 yards a play, 124 rushing yards on 39 attempts, 8 penalties for 54 yards. Didn't turn the ball over 40 minutes of time of possession. Seahawks, 22 first downs, 4 of 11 on third down, 0 for 0 on fourth down. They rarely go for on fourth down. 63 total plays, 415 total yards of offense, 6.6 yards a play. They had 171 rushing yards on 25 attempts, 6 yards a carry, 5 penalties for 40 yards. They had 3 turnovers or 2 interceptions and a fumble, 26 minutes of time of possession, and yet they still get the 38-37 win. This was just an insane game. This game lived up to everything it was hyped to be. 2 teams coming in 11-3, battle for first place. And the Seahawks are able to come back with a huge fourth quarter. What a just exciting game, man. These are 2 great teams. Game of the year. I think this is game of the year, man. Especially for the stakes of this game being first place in the NFC West and first place overall in the NFC. You know, that one play, they did get kind of lucky, I guess, with the 2-point, but other than that, none of that was luck. That was just grit from Sam Darnold, the Seattle defense, getting stops. And the guts to go for it for 2 for the win. But yeah, this was a phenomenal game between 2 really good teams. The Rams secondary, the defense kind of failed. The defense really failed there in the fourth quarter, especially giving up 16 points. But the offense, I thought the offense was pretty good overall for the Rams, but there were drives in the fourth quarter where they just couldn't put this damn game away. They just couldn't put the game away. And the defense just really failed them. You know, you miss a field goal. They missed a field goal. They give up a punt return touchdown. Special teams kind of shit the bed, I thought. The offense is kind of what killed them there a little bit. They kind of went conservative, I thought, with like 10 minutes left, and the special teams failed. So just some things that I thought kind of failed for the Rams. The special teams in there in the fourth quarter. I felt like McVay kind of went too conservative there in the fourth quarter. And the secondary, I just felt like just got cooked in that fourth quarter. And the D-line just didn't get any type of pressure. The Rams had every opportunity to win this game. Defense just kind of got exposed there in the fourth quarter. And I see Rams fans are blaming the referees. Stop. You had a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter. Stop it. You gave up a punt return touchdown, a missed field goal. Exactly what do the referees have to do with that? You can't blame the referees every time. It happens with every sport. People just blame the refs when they lose. Sometimes I might do that, but most of the time I just get angry at my team for playing like shit. I don't know why people just blame the refs all of a sudden they lose. Special teams cost them. But that 2-pointer, didn't they blow the whistle? I don't know. But I don't know. It was a really fun game. 38-37, Seattle gets the win. What a way to start off this football week, man. That's really all I got to say. So, till next time, Alkalite, peace. Leave a like, subscribe for more on this shit.